Hello everyone, this is Horizon. I'm back again with another shave video, and as you can see, my beard is gone because I was working in Judgment House at church this year. I was one of the security guards in the execution scene, and I was basically dressed up like military, in a military uniform. They actually got an Air Force uniform and removed the tags for it for me to wear, and it was fun, and I enjoyed doing it, but I had to shave my beard completely off for that. It was right before November started. Today's November 11th, so we're 11 days into Movember, and I've continued to shave except under my nose, which you can't really tell, but that is 11 days of growth right there. I'm not shaving that off until the end of the month, and no matter how hard I try, even with a double edge or even the one blade razor, I'll still end up cutting my jawline or my chin or something. I'm actually starting to break out a little more nowadays, or at least it's more noticeable since I don't have any facial hair to hide it, except for here, but that isn't going to do me any good down here. So I decided to get what I think might be the happy medium between a safety razor and a cartridge razor. And it actually is not the one blade again. It is the Gillette SkinGuard razor, which after I went to war with that Fusion in the tribute shave to my grandpa, I was like done with cartridge razors. But this one really stuck out to me. It fits on Fusion handles, and this is not the same Fusion handle I used for that video. That was actually his Fusion handle. The old man left behind. And it was, I'm not going to say fun, because it wasn't meant to be fun, and it hurt like hell, but that's okay. It wasn't what I was going for. I was doing it to be honorable to the old man. And anyways, this is like the modern. Like, I like this a lot better than the Fusion because I've shaved with it a couple times, and Gillette is known for having blades that last insanely long amounts of time, which I've been shaving about every day now in Movember because my beard grows really fast, actually. I could probably regrow my whole beard in like a couple weeks if I tried, but sticking with Movember, I'm just growing the stash. And like I said, 11 days, so it isn't perfect. It doesn't grow well under my nose, but everywhere else, I got better hair growth genes than Toby Flenderson, if you saw the episode of The Office where he does Movember. So anyways, the thing about this is the Gillette blades, or at least the Fusions, last up to 30 shaves. And in my experience, that actually is true. So, and since the SkinGuard, the only real difference between this and the Fusion is the 3 blades in the middle are replaced with the eponymous SkinGuard. I'm hoping I said that word right. Probably didn't. That's okay. And it will help reduce the pressure from shaving. And also, since these blades are too far apart for the, I forget what it's called, the hysteresis effect or something, which is how most cartridges work. The first blade tugs and the other one pulls, cuts the hair so that it will be cut under skin levels that you get a smoother shave, but that typically leads to ingrown hairs, especially if you go against the grain. And I learned the grain pattern on my neck grows mostly this way, but then right here it just goes straight up. So I've decided that I will follow my grain map, especially since I'm using a multi-blade. With a single blade, you could get away with doing it in just one general direction, but with a cartridge, it's almost essential to shave in the direction of your hair growth, at least on your first pass. So without further ado, let's get the shave going. I'm currently debating whether I will use the Cremo original, probably without a brush, although I've discovered it could work with a brush, but I'm not a big fan of the result. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use that as my pre-shave, and I'm going to use this Supreme Cream by Jack Black, which is meant to be used with a brush. Matter of fact, the Grooming Lounge, if you've heard of them, they rated this as the best brush shave cream that can be used with a brush, because their own shaving cream, the Beard Destroyer, is meant to be used brushless. It's a lot like this Cremo, actually. But I'm not a fan of brushless creams on their own. And I did get word they are coming out maybe next year with a new shave cream under the Grooming Lounge name that works the brush, but we'll see what happens next year. And I'm still cold water shaving because, I mean, the SkinGuard, the whole theme of it is to prevent skin irritation. So, cold water I find also doesn't get me as much shave irritation. So, you know what, why not go for it? And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of this here first, and then a little bit of it over here, just to see what happens. A little on the neck. Now, this is not the best to use on its own with a cartridge razor. Or with a safety razor, I mainly use this with a cream that I lather with a brush that I put over this. This just helps to sort of enhance the slickness of it. That's the thing about brushless creams. They're not the best for double-edged razors or even straight razors, by golly. I've actually never shaved with a straight razor, but that video may be coming soon. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. And I'm actually going to do a face lather today with this Jack Black cream. My brush is already pretty wet. I'm going to put about that much cream. This stuff works, the brush, like I say, it works really well to create enough lather from this little bit of cream, enough for quite a few passes actually. So here we go. I'm going to look in the mirror to build the lather, so here goes nothing. And the smell is quite nice on this, actually. Ooh, it's a little thick. I better add some water to this. Maybe just a bit more water. I know this is kind of a thirstier cream, so a lot of water help you in the long run. But once you get it just right, it's perfect. I think Kevy shaves. I think he's from Scotland. Don't quote me on it. He just has an awesome accent. He's used this before. Whoa, that sink is going up fast. And he liked this stuff, as I recall. And this thing has the trimmer blade on the back like most Gillette cartridges do, so yeah, I'm actually going to quickly... Is one of my cats still in here? I swear, I did not just fart if y'all heard that wheezing noise, but that's what my cat usually sounds like when she's breathing. Dang it. I am so sorry about that. Boo is in here. That's okay. She's annoying, but that's okay. Alright. Now time to get on to the actual shave. Knocked right through it. Now, this does feel nice and close, but it is going to, by the time I go to bed and wake up next morning, it's probably going to be back. I don't have time, excuse me, I had lasagna. I don't have time to wake up and just get a shave in. I mean, with this, I could probably rip through it in the shower if I really wanted to, but, you know, I'm not going to take that risk, even with the SkinGuard. Right under the... Like I say, the grain on my neck lies diagonally. So, as you can see, already got that taken care of, and now Alright, that was the first pass. Now, you probably don't need to do multiple passes on a multi-blade razor, but it's the SkinGuard. And now the blades are still not quite as sharp as a double edge, so you might actually still have to do multiple passes with this thing. And even though there are 2 blades on it, I do find that the first blade does not remove all the shaving cream. So, you know, razor burn is not actually terrible on this razor. You just, you know, got to know what you're doing, how to do it. A little bit more water. And so soon I might be doing hair product videos, reviews on those. Oh, that's just great. I dropped my brush in the water while it still had the soap on it. That's going to go on the Epic Fails of 2019 compilation, I bet. Like I was saying, though, I recently got a new hair product from the Forte series, the Texture Clay by Alex Costo, which I've been using the past several days, and I love it. It's in my hair right now, but I didn't really do anything with it with the blow dryer, so it's, you know, not looking super flexy, but that's okay. Now, the way I'm doing the across the grain pass on my neck is, it grows this way, so this way would be across the grain. For most of my neck. Cats, man. Boo alone is why I'm more of a dog person. Now, if you're a cat person, good for you. But I fail to see how the Egyptians worship them, if that is true. I mean, no wonder they didn't like Mr. Peabody when he and Sherman went to rescue that girl from the Egyptians when she tried to marry King Tut. If y'all remember that. That was a good movie. Even if it was a kid's movie and it's a couple years old, but that's okay. Now, it did not remove all the cream from the brush when I dropped it in the water. But it did get enough water in it to get it to a really good consistency. Hey, happy accident. Maybe Murphy's Law isn't entirely true. You know, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Well, what do you call this? It went right. It went wrong, but it turned out all right. I don't know who Murphy was. I mean, he probably wasn't Jesus Murphy. That's what the Canadians call Jesus. Instead of saying Jesus Christ, they say Jesus Murphy. Or at least that's what Bubbles says on Trailer Park Boys. That show is hilarious. If y'all know me, you'll know I'm a huge fan of that show, but that's besides the point. You can still hear it taking off the whiskers, so... Here's someone downstairs. My parents are probably back. We're moving stuff into our new house. We're moving soon, so you won't be seeing this bathroom much anymore. Now, the good news is, in the new house, I get my own bathroom, so I can definitely make videos more often, because I hardly ever get the bathroom in this house, because I got 3 other people living in here. But... okay, now we go against the grain. Normally, I would not recommend you do this with a cartridge razor, but this one, you know what you're doing, it'll be all right. Before I forget, I'm going to shave this part like that. That is BBS. I've heard a lot of people say they can't quite get BBS with this razor. I can. It's actually easier for me to get it with this razor than it is for a double edge or a one blade. And $3 a cartridge, 30 shaves. You're looking at $3 a month for shaving, which, admittedly, you'd be spending 50 cents a month with Parker razor blades, but you know what? That's a little bit of an investment that I wouldn't mind. She's snoring. All right, against the grain. And this Jack Black cream does leave a lot of slickness behind, residual slickness, so normally I wouldn't recommend shaving over areas that don't have lather on it, but with this cream and this razor, I think it might actually not be the dumbest idea in the world. I wish, I don't know how that Gillette heated razor is. I mean, I'm not going to spend $200 on a 5-bladed razor. The 1-blade hybrid costs about that much, but it has a steel head as opposed to plastic one the core has. I actually broke my core recently. I was able to like wiggle the head back into place, but the blade alignment's off, so it's kind of like a 1-blade slant razor, actually. It's weird. Gives me interesting shaves, to say the least. Anyway, that was our shave today with the Gillette SkinGuard razor. And as a matter of fact, I like this razor so much that this would be my travel razor that I would take with me, because you can't take double edge on a plane. Or maybe the Techmatic razor, since it only has 1 blade on it and you can adjust the aggression. I kind of wish the Techmatic had been more successful and that it worked better, because some people loved it, some people hated it. But it's what Neil Armstrong shaved with during the Apollo missions, as I recall, along with the Old Spice brushless cream. Though I would still use a brush. I like a brush a lot. Like I said, that is like glass almost. Okay, now that's like glass. I don't have time to whip out my alum block, so I'm just going to throw on my aftershave and call this video done. Now, as usual, my aftershave will be the Proraso Blue with aloe and vitamin E. I wish they had a bit of menthol in this. Then it would be perfect. Mentholated aftershaves are my thing. I would describe myself, as Sinatra Lennon calls it, a mint head. Mentholated shaving creams, pre-shaves, aftershaves. I'm a sucker for all that. And I think a balm, like Geo Fatboy said, is especially useful for restoring moisture to your skin when it gets dry during the winter months, which it's not that cold right now, but on Friday it was unbearably cold. It was like 20, literally 20. And as if that wasn't bad enough, I was out late at a football game, so that voice crack though. I was out late at a football game, so I went through like 4 hot chocolates there just to keep myself warm. But anyway, just remember, a balm is especially useful for dry skin or during the wintertime when everyone's skin gets a little dry. And a splash would be better during the summer or if you have oily skin like I do, but this balm works pretty well, so well, that's the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.